Super Bowl champion, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and one of T.J. Jefferson's favorite players of all time. Is that correct?
Oh, you better say it.
Courtesy of DirecTV. I guess say it louder, certainly here on this campus. Courtesy of DirecTV for Business. None other than Demarcus Ware joining us live via Zoom. How are you, Demarcus Ware?
What is up, brother? The best dad ever.
Let me make sure you can see that sign. There it is. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The best title. That's the best title.
Just understand this, DeMarcus, and I don't mean to be this aggressive at the beginning of this conversation. If you're going to come at the king, you better bring the horns. You know what I mean? Right now with this sign.
I'm bringing everything.
Right here?
I'm bringing everything.
You are multitasking. When I saw you the night before you received your jacket, or the night you received your jacket, night before, I'll be honest with you. I was flying. I had not seen the Hall of Fame game. How long were you rehearsing the national anthem, DeMarcus? How long did you do that? What's up with that?
I was only 30 minutes.
Get out of here. Come on.
And I'm serious, man. I'm gonna tell you what, I was frightened out there. You don't understand. I was totally frightened.
More than before Super Bowl 50, DeMarcus? More than like before Super Bowl? Come on.
Way more than that. I couldn't even breathe out there. When they were counting down 1 minute, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, I said, holy shit. Serious.
But you nailed it. You crushed it. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, DeMarcus.
Dude. Oof. Don't ask me to do it again.
Oh, my gosh. Where's your jacket now? Where do you keep it? Where do you have it?
It's actually on my couch. As soon as I walk into the house, it's to the left. It's just laying there. Right? And every time I walk by, I just look at it and be like, hey, how are you doing?
What's up?
Is that the first garment you've ever said hello to in your life, DeMarcus? I imagine.
That is the first garment. It doesn't have a name yet, but it's going to get there. And that is the first garment when I walk in my closet. When it goes in there, it hasn't went in there yet. It still has a place in the front of the house where I can see it every day when I walk by. But yeah, that's the first garment for sure.
Congratulations. Your speech was beautiful, DeMarcus. I didn't get a chance to tell you, but it really was beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
You are welcome. Who did you meet that weekend at the Hall of Fame that you'd never met before, and you won't forget having met at that Hall of Fame weekend, DeMarcus?
It was a couple of, actually, I haven't met you before, so I met you there, which was one of the coolest things ever. Every single time we meet, we always have a great brotherly meeting. But a lot of the other Hall of Famers that were there that I got to meet, it was so cool because when they walked on stage and when I put that, not having the gold jacket on yet, but going through the gauntlet, it was like being a first-round draft pick, being drafted into the Hall of Fame, and everybody wanted you, which was one of the coolest things ever, man. And it's still a surreal moment. I can just relive that, going through that gauntlet and putting that jacket on and Strahan doing that.
Yeah, and then why did you choose Stray to do it, DeMarcus?
In college, Strahan was a big mentor for me. And when I wasn't anything, my junior year, he was like, dude, with OCU Manure at the time, saying you can do it. But you got to really set your mind to take the small guy mentality out and just use that dog mentality and say you can do it. And that's what really helped me. So it was a surreal moment, him putting that jacket on and saying, dude, you did it.
Oh, get out of here. So wait a minute. He was a mentor to you when you were in college in Troy, and how did you guys get connected at the time?
With OC. So when OC graduated, he's up there with Strahan. He was a guy that I looked up to. And, every once in a while, he'll just, say, hey, DeMarcus, you can do this. Because it was a couple of times where I'm like, dude, I think I'm too small. I think I'm not fast enough. It was all of these doubts that I always had, but he was there with OC saying, you know what, OC saying you're better than me, which OC will never say that. You know that. And Michael Strahan, he hadn't even made the Hall of Fame yet, but I knew, he was going to be a Hall of Famer telling me that I can do it.
Yeah, I made that mistake early on in hosting NFL Total Access, calling you the best player in the history of Troy, and then OC coming on the set with that still echoing in his head. And did he give me the business on television,
Yes.
DeMarcus, on TV? You know, he really handed me my lunch.
That's how he is. It actually came out of his mouth. He said, "DeMarcus, you are the best player to ever come out of Troy." And his voice actually quivered a little bit when he said it. So you know how that goes.
Demarcus Ware, Pro Football Hall of Famer here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, so translate the Trey Lance to Dallas trade for me in Jerry Jones's mind. I think you're fluent in Jerry. DeMarcus, what do you got for me on that?
I would say insurance, the best insurance for a number 2 quarterback. And it just, to me, and I hear people saying, Dak's, he's getting a lot of pressure. He's getting a lot of credit. No. Dak's going to have a good year. I heard you say that earlier, and he is. But if something happens, just like when Peyton went down, Brock Osweiler was in the game, and he took us to win a couple games until he was able to get back to win that championship game. That's the guy, to me, Trey Lance, right now. He is the perfect number 2 quarterback if we were going to transition into something else. But right now, we have our number 1 quarterback in that.
Well, Cooper Rush went 4-1 last year. That's the point. That you're calling him Cooper Rush insurance. I agree, but a lot of folks are thinking that's Dak insurance because Dak isn't all that, and his contract is going to have to be at some point taken off the books because he's too expensive.
Yeah, people can say that, but right now, all as Jerry Jones say, empty the bucket for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's what they're doing with Dak. They have everything on Dak and saying you're our number 1 guy. I don't know exactly why it happened, but for me, it's like, well, okay, well, you have 2 great quarterbacks on the team that can actually benefit the team.
So, how far do you think the Cowboys are going this year?
I think they'll make the playoffs. I'm not gonna ever tell a team they're gonna make the Super Bowl. They'll make the playoffs, but it's all about injuries. If they can, get into the playoffs and be sort of pretty healthy, they can go a long way. And then the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. You never know.
Right, and you've been on a team. You mentioned, the Super Bowl 50 Denver Broncos and making the Super Bowl the year before, and Peyton Manning and you guys having lost to Seattle in MetLife where Aaron Rodgers plays, DeMarcus, and now he's the latest quarterback to switch teams. Tom Brady won one in year 1. Peyton won one in year 2, went to Super Bowls back-to-back, obviously, for you guys. How far do you think the Jets are going this year, DeMarcus?
I think the Jets can go a long way. When I start looking at their defense and how they are playing, they're playing really, really well. A lot of people, they're seeing Aaron Rodgers, but you got to start looking at this defense that's been set up, that's been playing for an offense that haven't been scoring any points, and now you got Aaron Rodgers in there that can orchestrate a game, change the game for them, and give them more time to rest to get him short field to score. So to me, it's a weird thing, but it's a sleeper team.
Sleeper team.
It's one of those. Yeah, man, they're a sleeper team. Everybody's gonna count them up. Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers' first year. He might not be able to do good this year. I promise you, he will do good this year.
Everybody's talking about him, and they're on Hard Knocks, and people are sick and tired of talking about the Jets. I love that you're calling them a sleeper team. I love that, actually.
But it's Hard Knocks. Everybody's going to talk about the teams on Hard Knocks, and you got, the big deal with Aaron Rodgers, but they don't understand how well they actually played last year on defense, is what I'm saying.
So
now you got a captain on offense.
Do you see any similarities between Rodgers joining this team, and that's the difference from Peyton Manning joining your team, and that was a difference?
I see some similarities. Because you have maturity, you have a captain now on offense that can orchestrate everything, and the defense has always been solid for the last 3 years if you go back and look at them.
Demarcus Ware here on the Rich Eisen Show. What are you doing for DirecTV for Business, Demarcus? What are you doing there?
So, yeah, I teamed up with, DirecTV for Business and Everpass Media because when you start thinking about the masses and getting ready for the football season, you always think about NFL Sunday Ticket. And for me, it's all about affecting the masses from the bars, the restaurants. And if they don't have the NFL Sunday ticket at the restaurant, I'm walking out because Rich Eisen Show is not going to be showing at the time.
Thank you, sir.
I just, you go. You hear it.
I do.
Hear it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hear my name. Anytime you say my name, I hear it. So it's okay. An angel gets its wings. Yes.
Yeah, trying to do something great, man. They've been doing it for over 30 years, and these two companies are, just trying to affect the masses, and I want to be part of it.
And again, DirecTV for business customers. You catch a free preview of NFL Sunday Ticket this coming Sunday on channels 9552 to 9567. Demarcus Ware, I greatly appreciate your time on this front. So the jacket, is it anywhere handy right now? Is this what it is?
I'm in my office right now. I told you I keep it at the house. I need to walk into the door and look to the left. That's where it's at, and it's sitting right there on the couch.
Okay.
And I go there and pet it. I go and pet it.
Okay. So can you send us a picture, Demarcus, of the jacket?
I can do that.
Let's do that. All right. And I can see your office. So what's behind you? Is that like former old jerseys of yours behind you? What do you got behind you? What is behind you?
All of my old jerseys, Senior Bowl, Pro Bowls.
Senior Bowl.
Troy.
Okay.
Baseball jersey down here to my right.
Baseball?
Yeah.
What was your game like, Demarcus? Baseball?
Dude, I pitched. Listen, I pitched.
Okay.
In high school. I blew my shoulder out. Mm-hmm. And my coach told me I should play football. And I did.
What a very simple tale.
Worked out. And I did.
What a very simple story, and I did. So that's how you started playing football, is because your throwing shoulder got blown out? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Demarcus?
Yep. I was throwing the heat, but I would probably hit about 2 or 3 people a game. So I don't think they were in the majors. So.
Wild thing. So were you touching 90? What were you touching? 95? What were you, your uniform number? Your uniform number? Were you touching your new?
No, 8 is a little bit too slow. That's a little bit too slow.
Okay. Well, I mean your professional football number is what I'm saying.
Oh, 94?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I hit 90 a couple times. I wasn't like a heat-seeking missile now.
Okay. All right. Well, it all worked out. I need a photograph, Demarcus. Just text it to me. You have my number. I need that photograph of your jacket on the couch that you say hello to and give it a pet like it's
I'll send a video.
What is your best friend? So I love it. That's been fantastic. Demarcus, you're the man. Let's chat again soon.
All right, you take care. Thanks.
At Demarcus Ware on Twitter or whatever they call it now, right here on the Rich Eisen Show, courtesy of DirecTV for Business. That's right. There you go. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.